From the World Athletics Championship now on BBC One with Sue Barker and Roger Black.
Macey, bronze in the 400 hurdles. Here he goes. This is an important point. Can Akabusi do it? Akabusi has a go, and the American is beaten. And he's fighting back. Akabusi has made it. Akabusi, gold for Britain. America second, and Jamaica third. And the time, 2:57.54.
Paula tried something different, didn't she, Roger? She tried to change her tactics in this race.
Yeah, they all thought she was going to come here and run from the front, and she decided to leave a little bit later, and unfortunately for Paula, unfortunately for all of us up here, it didn't quite pay off, but as ever, it was a gutsy performance, and she goes away from these championships with an enormous amount of respect, as she always does.
Well, let's remind you of it. As I said, she changed the tactics, but I'm afraid the heartache was just the same.
Paula Radcliffe and the rest of the athletes out now for the start of the women's 10,000 metres final. What a gruelling race it promises to be, but how gruelling will it be for Paula? What will she put herself and those of us watching through?
I know that the tactics that I used in Seville and in Sydney didn't quite work. I mean, they nearly worked, but they weren't quite there, so I have to change that in some way, and I'm not going to be so silly as to go out and run the same tactics because everybody is expecting that.
Paula realises that she has to change because all the athletes now know the Paula Radcliffe tactic. They know that they've got to get fit. If they can just tuck in, hold on, then they may be able to outkick her at the end.
On your marks.
Hopefully it'll be tears of joy.
The women's 10,000 metre final, 25 laps of the track. What do we have in store? I just wonder whether Paula herself would have liked to have made a move earlier. So this is the first time she's moved to the front. But this is Paula's big bid. This is Paula Radcliffe going for it.
And now on the outside for the first time, there goes Dorado Tulu. Adere goes with her, Wami goes with her. Now Paula just has to try and sprint from that position. I don't think all three Ethiopians are absolutely flying, Steve. I think there may be an opportunity still for Paula Radcliffe, who's done an awful lot of speed work. Can that speed work pay off for her? Let's hope it can. Down the back straight, relax and sprint.
Come on, Paula, keep going, get Wami. It's detached from the others. Paula Radcliffe is just a yard or two behind Wami, but it's the Olympic champion Tulu who's in the front. Behind her, a teammate Adere, who finished 4th in the World Championships in '97, and Paula's having a battle royal with Wami. Come on, Paula. Tulu in the lead, the Olympic champion, going for a World Championship on the track at 10,000 metres, but she's got a teammate to beat. Paula's in a battle royal with Wami. Tulu coming into the home straight, and Adere moving out onto her shoulder. It's Adere and Tulu, they're neck and neck. Paula Radcliffe's neck and neck with Wami. Keep your eye on both scraps. It's going to be Adere, it's going to be Tulu. Who's going to get there first? Tulu and Adere, they're side by side, they're neck and neck, they're inseparable. It's Tulu, Adere, Wami, Radcliffe. Oh my word, how many more agonies do we have to go through with Paula?
Today was different. I mean, I'm disappointed because I didn't come out of it with a medal, but I couldn't have run any faster at the end, but maybe I could have gone a bit sooner.
So once again, a gutsy performance by Paula Radcliffe, but no medal, but one day.
But as he pushed himself to the limit in every event, the injuries increased. It was a grueling 2 days for Dean, but in the end, his bravery was rewarded.
I can't tell you what's going to happen. I can just tell you that I'm going to go out there. And my expectations of myself they're a lot higher this year than they was last year. All because of coming forward. I ain't going to do it again.
They're away this time. Macey staying low, right on the inside, and already a gap beginning to show. In lane 7, Yurkov going well, but Macey's coming away. Dean Macey's going to win this one. 10.73, just outside his lifetime best, and that will send a message to the rest. Dean Macey in the long jump. Oh, tremendous height off the board. Has he got the white flag? Yes, he has. Great start for Macey. Big points, it's big. Macey second attempt. Oh, yes. Bang on takeoff. And he was so clear. And just wait for what we hope is going to be a superb 400 metres. Macey's making a challenge. The Olympic champion is fading. Who's got it? It's a photograph. 46.22. Either way, it's a lifetime best for Dean Macey. Big points as well at the end of day 1.
If you were sitting at home watching, would you stay up all night to watch Dean Macey on day 2?
Yeah.
And he is in trouble, I think. He is in trouble.
Macey slow out of his blocks, rises safely over the first 3 hurdles, but not that one. One of the competitors has gone, but Dean Macey falling back. Now come on, Dean Macey, finish this hurdles race, so important. He comes through into second place.
He's come through it all right, but what the damage is, I don't know.
Come on, Dino, put it together. Good effort, good effort. It's a great effort by Dean Macey. Oh, yes, and that means Thomas Dvorak's lead has been cut. So Dean Macey trying to stay with the world champion. Oh, just stayed on, stay up there, says he. It's not good. It's not up to 60 metres, and that elbow that gave him so many problems last year looks as though it's hurting again. The discus was bad enough. The pole vault was certainly painful. The javelin was agonizing, but there he is. Come on, Dean Macey. This is a fantastic effort in so much pain. Earlier on today, he's going to beat the men who will stand above him on the rostrum and possibly set a lifetime best performance. Dean Macey has negotiated those 3 3/4 laps unbelievably.
Yes, bronze for Dean. It was a brave performance from him, and I bet the muscles are still aching even now. So bronze for Dean, but we had just one golden moment to cherish here in Edmonton. Jonathan Edwards in the triple jump final. He came here as favourite, and he didn't let us down.
The jumping ability I have is a gift as much as something which is learned. The one thing that sticks out, if I get a jump right, then there's a feeling of flying. There is an expectation. All I have to do is set my foot on the runway, put my spikes on, and I'll win it. You can only fail in one sense. It was great to be out there yesterday. I mean, in one way, it's an agony, but that I enjoy, and that's the beauty of athletics. That's essentially what it's about. It's not about, you know, winning money, being famous. It's about going out and performing in something that you've been gifted at. 1792 was a great jump, but I could have jumped further. You know, I'm number 1 now, I'm half a metre ahead of the rest of the guys. But it's another year next year. And I feel great being world champion. It's a wonderful feeling, but it's very different from really athletics before Sydney.
Well, Brendan, you can...
Another one, Meskaboo is also there. And Kamathi on the outside. Kamathi's quick, make no bones about it. Here he comes, Kamathi and Meskaboo putting Gebre Selassie under pressure. The little man needs to fight, the great man needs to really go with this. It's Kamathi of Kenya. It's going to be a surprise victory for Kenya. Kamathi is streaking away. This is not the script, this is not what we expected. Kamathi takes the world title for Kenya. Gebre Selassie has to settle for bronze on this occasion. And there were questions about Gebre Selassie, and for once he didn't have the right answer.
Kosgei coming through now with Barmesai in second place and Ezine in third. Kosgei is coming down to take the championship and Ezine is going to take it. Ruben Kosgei has taken this world championship.
If the young would be listened to, but what they really know is true. Respect for the steeple.
Kenya, outside you see, but Limo looks to me to have the legs on this, and it's another Kenyan victory. And Limo, Richard Limo, coming in to be the champion of the world.
Wild and free is the way I want to be.
Well done, Kenya. It's great to see them back.
So golds at steeplechase, 5,000 and 10,000 put Kenya in good stead on the medal table. And here is the final medal table of these World Championships from Edmonton. The United States of America once again right on top. 9 golds, 5 silvers, 5 bronze. Russia second, 6 golds, 7 silvers and 6 bronzes. And there's Kenya, 3 golds, 3 silvers and 1 bronze. And Great Britain not even on the top 6, I don't know.
Well, I think
there isn't even a second page.
Yes, I think we've talked a lot.
Among the fields of barley, you can tell the sun in his jealous sky when we walked in fields of gold. So she took her love for to gaze a while among the fields of barley. Will you stay with me? Will you be my love among the fields of barley? And you can tell the sun in his jealous sky when we walked in fields of gold. There have been some that I've broken, but I swear in the days still left, we'll walk in fields of gold. We'll walk in fields of gold. as you lie in fields of gold. You remember me when the west wind moves among the fields of barley. You can tell the sun in his jealous sky when we walked in fields of gold. When we walked in fields of gold. When we walked in fields of gold.
Well, some fantastic work.
Will this be 3 in a row? Only Carl Lewis has done that before.
Can't be beaten, and Decathlon block, such a powerful athlete.
They get away this time. Green was blistering out the blocks. Montgomery's alongside him. It's Green and Montgomery and Bowler. Green's going to take this one. It's going to be Maurice Green. Green gets there from Montgomery. It's close on the line, but he gets it. 9.82.
Trailing at the moment, and Pindasevich block, and Red Jones is coming through at the moment. Pindasevich block is the champion of the world. Marion Jones is beaten, and Pindasevich block failed to read the script. 10.82, and Jones is no longer the champion of the world. An unbelievable final, an unbelievable result.
And the knee's gone. That was all he could do to get to the line. He's taken the gold medal, but at what cost for Maurice Green? And a worthy champion indeed, as someone who can run through the pain, and I'm not sure at what stage that knee gave out.
And this was one of the great finals, it really was.
Well, there was, in fact, a third sport coming up any time. But look, it's the wolf that wins from the tiger with the lion in third. So I think it's a wolf, I think it is. But Wolfie wins the gold and will be top of the podium. But it was a great cheer from the crowd there. Oh, sorry, John. I mean, I'd love you to do it. What have you been impressed by?
Well, apart from you, Sue, I think you've had a marvellous World Championships. I think we said earlier on that the distance events have been the highlight for me. And it all kicked off with that marathon. I thought the marathon was marvellous. It was a great... Well, it was great to see the stadium full. That was nice on that first night, 62,000 people here. And 2 marathon runners coming into the stadium together, I thought that was wonderful. I enjoyed the women's 800 today as well. I'm a big fan of Maria Mutola. But I tell you what, I think was, for me, certainly one of the things I probably will end up remembering here, and I think was something which I'm glad happened, not for her, but just for the circumstances, was that the crowd themselves showed their opinion on the Yegorova thing, and when they booed when she finished the race. So that's probably a negative thing to remember, but unfortunately it's probably what these games may well be remembered for. Stuart?
Well, for me, I've been to all 8 of the World Championships so far, starting in Helsinki in 1983, and those moments surrounding the start of the 100 meters over all those years, we saw that pull together just recently. They really do make the hairs stick out on the back of your neck. It was a most wonderful experience, and this year was no exception. I mean, Maurice Green was, well, we thought he had a little injury, and he came through that with some considerable credit, just holding off Montgomery. But the big moment for me was the Marion Jones situation. She came here, she'd already won won the gold medal. She was already the champion of the world, and she came here, and Pintasevich Block had other ideas. And when we went through that semi-final and she beat her in the semi-final, everyone said, well, she wasn't flat out. Well, at the end of the day, she was, wasn't she? And Marion Jones is no longer the champion of the world. But the games themselves, yes, it was tainted at a very small way with Yegorova, but they've not been a great games from Britain's point of view. They've not been a great games overall, really, but at the end of the day, we're here to cover what exists in track and field, and we've done our best to portray the very best of it to you here. But for me, there are many, many moments. Paul, what about you?
Well, Stuart, you're obviously older than you look if you were in 1983 at the very first World Championships. I guess I've got to go for His Royal Highness, the King of Canvey Island, Dean Macey. It was a sustained couple of days of competition. He wasn't the winner. He was desperately disappointed not to get any sort of medal in Sydney last year, and he said, you know, one of these days I'm going to be the man. And if we can just look, perhaps forward, not to next year necessarily, but to Athens, if he can get 12 months, 24 months of sustained training, where he's really going to get some good training under his belt without any injury at all, he's going to put together a score which I think nobody in history would have achieved, not Daley Thompson, not Thomas Dvorak or anybody else. He really is a star, and one of the greatest moments I don't think anybody on BBC television saw. He was interviewed by Canadian television after the disappointment, in some ways, of injuring himself in the 400 metres on the first day, and the Canadian said that was the greatest interview of any athlete in these championships. He's the man for me.
Thanks very much. I'm trying to keep them in order in that box. There was Owen Thomas. He's had a hard time, but we didn't quite get his thoughts on that. But thanks very much, Steve Cram, for your mention there. Obviously, you received the money in the envelope. I'm glad it arrived in time. But let's move over now to what's called the mixed zone. This is where they stagger up that ramp and are interviewed by the world's media. And Christina Boxer has been doing a sterling job for us there over the past 10 days. So, Christina, who's impressed you there?
Well, I'm actually standing here, Sue, under all the flags, and the sun is just there, so the shadows are coming across me. But what really impressed me, and I'm afraid Paul stole my thunder, because it was to see Dean Macey when he had to line up for the hurdles, and to see him strapped up and all those false starts, and thinking, oh no, will he be able to complete the second day? And to me, that one special moment of watching him do the hurdles race and get a PB. But as Paul's already talked about that, I must have a word for Alan Johnson in the hurdles, because the sprint hurdles, people have seemed to write him off every time, but he's great, and I just thought the way he came back and beat Ania Garcia was brilliant.
So those are the thoughts of your BBC commentary team. Now, we saw the 100-metre review earlier on. Let's now look ahead, or look behind now, to the 200-metre action that went out here. Some great finals. In the women's final, Marion Jones was given her opportunity to overcome that defeat that happened in the 100 metres. And, well, the men's final, with real chance for a British medal, because Christian Malcolm went into the final in superb form.
The atmosphere building now. The men's 200 metres final.
Away first time, and outside Kevin Little got a good start, and Christian Malcolm's got a little bit of work to do right on the outside. Devenish going well, and here comes Kenderis on the inside, and look at this, Little going well, and here comes Christian Malcolm in the centre, and Malcolm versus Kenderis, the Olympic champion coming through.
Everything about you is how I'd wanna be. Your freedom comes naturally.
Will Marion Jones come back to her absolute best? Jones flies out of the blocks. Ferguson not letting her get away. Marion Jones has run a good bend, though. She's already up on Marnie. Marion Jones will have a 2 or 3 metre lead over Ferguson.
She will have her way. Somehow I will still believe her. She will have her way. One day I will come.
She had to fight for that one.
She had to win, she did that, and she now can relax and go away and feel that she's won the championship she's never won before.
John, you felt after that race that the two...
He's taken the gold medal. How many more agonies do we have to go through with Paula? This is the result that everybody feared.
Edwards is the world champion.
Well, Jonathan Edwards, our only gold medalist. Morocco successful today, and we're still spooling down, trying to get down to Australia with only a gold and a bronze as well. And well, we've put ourselves above them, even though it's not in alphabetical order, but a gold and a bronze there. But so not disappointment, but so many great events that we've seen over the past. In particular, I mean, I love the pole vault, Brendan. I thought,
well, I mean, the pole vault.
Our new friend, Dimitri, who we had dinner with.
It was Australia's gold medal. He didn't used to be Australian, but he is now.